Hello everyone and welcome to Group A6 OBEN presentation. We're gonna have this little introduction to understand what OBEN is and which is the industry in which it operates. OBEN is a startup in the business of creation of personal artificial intelligence or PAI avatars. The company is named after the German word oben, meaning above or up, reflecting their hope that personal AI could be used as another layer to existing technologies in the industry, such as virtual reality or augmented reality. Coming to now understand their product better, personal artificial intelligence are digital versions of human, reflecting them as accurately as possible in terms of speech, behavior, and facial expression. They look and sound just like humans, and they are capable of interacting with people and performing tasks on their behalf. OBEN's PAI are the next best alternative to the actual physical presence of an individual. Let's try to dig a little bit deeper and understand how OBEN's PAIs works. PAIs use artificial intelligence software that mirror the individual in order to create an avatar as accurate as possible. A PAI consists of several core elements which control the avatar. An artificial intelligence-based program controls all input and outputs. An automatic speech recognition system allows to convert audio input into text so that a natural language processing program can analyze and extract information from it. For what concerns output, a complex text-to-speech program allows the avatar to talk. It uses cross-language text-to-speech technology to be able to speak multiple languages. The core artificial intelligence program allows PAIs to display emotion that match the words spoken, such as eye blinking or head movements. OBEN's PAIs are created into two categories: consumer avatars and celebrity-grade avatars. Consumer PAIs can be easily built by anyone using an app on their smartphone. Firstly, new users are identified with their identification card. Secondly, they must take a selfie to create the avatar according to its appearance. Thirdly, new users must read several scripted sentences to enable the speech system to recognize them. For what concerns more sophisticated celebrities' PAIs, it is the company that directly developed them. A PAI requires lots and lots of data. The data used to create a basic PAI consists of biometric data including images, videos, and voice sample. So now the question is, how does OBEN collect data? Well, at the beginning of its business, OBEN needed a vast amount of data to support PAI's development and testing. To get started with data collection, OBEN had partnered with local schools and colleges in Los Angeles. Nowadays, instead, data collections depend on users. In fact, they can choose to share their personal data with OBEN to ensure the company constant improvements. These contributions are encouraged by OBEN to their PAI coin compensation system.
Now we're going to talk about how OBEN used the blockchain technology. Blockchain is a decentralized database of transactions across a network of nodes. The main goal for the usage of blockchain technology is data protection and data ownership to consumers. Therefore, OBEN created the PAI blockchain protocol based on the code of Bitcoin, ensuring that users are the only owners of their personal information. To start the usage of the PAI blockchain, OBEN started with an initial coin offering which is necessary to obtain computational power of miners. These miners must validate transactions. In other words, changes in the ledger of the blockchain through a proof of work procedure for which they receive a reward in return, namely PAI coins which have a certain value. Using the blockchain technology has several benefits and several negative features. In general, we think that the benefits outbalance the negative features substantially, and thus yes, we believe that OBEN made a good choice to rely on blockchain technology. First, the positive characteristics of blockchain technology. A network blockchain technology is extremely secure and almost impossible to hack. 51% of the network must be controlled by one party in order to have the possibility to tamper with the information on the ledger. The reliability is also a key feature of the blockchain. Due to the proof of work mechanism, there will never be incorrect changes in the ledger. Second, the drawbacks. Inefficiency, especially in the POW procedure, since only one miner receives a reward as they solve a mathematical problem, the computational efforts of the other miners on the same problem are wasted. This leads to tense competition on computational power, which leads to an insignificant increase in energy consumption. Second, storage is negative in Bitcoin due to the enormous ledgers, but OBEN solved this problem by adding decentralized storage facilities. Only a part of the data is on the ledgers. And finally, bad reputation due to recent hacks. Now to talk about strategic trade-offs faced by the company. We identified two types of trade-offs. The first one is technological and second is external. The first technological trade-off was voice replication. Languages and accents had to be taken into account. Also, background noise when recording a voice could interfere with the vocal rendering. Second, scaling the technology. There was always a trade-off in terms of efficiency due to the massively decentralized network. On the one hand, it allowed for data security and maintaining verifiable data that was difficult to tamper with. On the other hand, it was inherently inefficient because of the need to keep many copies of the same data. The network demanded considerable computation power and resources. Even the electricity required to keep the network functioning made it waste. And third, another trade-off is trying to reach the level of big companies such as Google and Facebook in order to be able to increase barriers of entry, while keeping their product free of charge. The reason why they needed the app to be free was that OBEN needed to encourage customers to start using the product in order to attract other customers using the network effect. Instead, they used strategies such as in-app purchases to the personal and celebrity avatar, as well as looking for big investors to reach that goal. This might decrease profits at first, but meanwhile would be increasing user count. And now for the external trade-offs. The first issue, myth about blockchain. Another issue OBEN faced was dispelling the myth that blockchain equals cryptocurrencies and scams. The goal was to educate consumers and companies that despite the bad publicity, blockchain was a fundamentally sound technology with amazing utility beyond cryptocurrencies. Decentralization was more complex than a simple, efficient, centralized system controlled by a single entity. Second, the misuse of API, which might lead to job losses as well as uses in military purposes. And finally, involvement of entertainment industry. The founders believed that OBEN should involve entertainment and thought about Hollywood as they were near. They also partnered with one of the largest Korean K-pop companies, SM Entertainment, and created avatars of their K-pop singers. Finally, these are the sources that we use. Thank you for your time and your attention.